Welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. Hmm. Yeah, let's use a weapon repair kit to fix my current weapon. Yeah, and let's go to Higgs Village. Yeah. Wow. Okay, there was an audio sample in House 00 that I missed. Really? Huh. Okay. Okay. Coffee mugs? Yes. Somebody doesn't like Mr. House. Oh, oh, there it is. Giant tarantula. I'm not gonna start taking books because there's a lot of books in here. Like collecting books that would have to be like a separate thing. More books, iron. Oh, camera. Yeah, books. Tool cabinet. Yeah, couple of coffee mugs. Oh, I'll take the wine as well. I need wine to cook the mantis legs, so come here, my teddy bear. Della loves you. Yeah, this is how it Dallas place. Now, I might, and that's okay. There's like a body next to a camera. It's a peeping Tom. Gabe's ball. Brain's best friend. Yeah. That's life. Yeah, okay. Well, pre-war books, but well, maybe I'll take these that are like in good condition. Because obviously most of them are gonna be just completely wrecked. But toolbox. Coffee mug, yeah. Well, knife, I guess. That's a hard lock. It's a hard lock life for us. It's a hard lock life for us. We can't something. Coca-Cola truck 103. Oh yeah, this is Boros's place. Well, those are just in good condition, those books. Desk. Finance clipboard. Okay, let's go to the basement. Well, okay, well, before going to the basement, rolling pin. Cabinet. Junk food. Toaster, huh? BBs. Gecko stick. Fine, I'll take the toaster, why not? Butter knife, yeah. A regular knife, huh? Butter knife. Yeah, okay. Okay, I guess that's enough. Playground. 102. There's another camera here, huh? Baseball. Packs of cigarettes. Private light, yeah. Prexo. Flour. Yeah. How about upstairs? Wardrobe. Glue. Yep. Oh, there's some Mentats that I missed. Oh. Camera and iron, huh? Okay, well. 101. Those are all kind of burned. Oh, hot plate. Yeah. Pressure cooker, hot plate, yeah. Well. Oh, those are just empty bottles, okay. Ah, but this is like... Now this is well stocked. Those irons are heavy, however. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Well, somebody's well stocked. Okay, this is 0-0. Yeah, speed. Well, I think one of these had like an iron. Yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. How much am I carrying? I still have some carrying capacity left. Oh, you know what? There's a location nearby which we have discovered, but we never actually went inside. And that is this. Does it Ulysses something? Point? Point, yeah. Well, there's not gonna be any enemies here, so. Yeah, well. Whiskey bottles, empty first aid box, and one that has a hard lock, so we can't really open that. Hot plate. Clean water. Surgical tubing. Medical supplies. Duct tape. Patient log Y17.9. 17.5. Instamash, Poker Beans, Cram, Lunchbox, yeah? I'm not taking those really heavy stuff. Alright, I can. I mean, because I'm not wearing my bandana, so I can pick that one. Well, I'll switch to my bandana then. Silence, pistol, combat knife, 10 mil submachine gun. Yeah, I can make a caravan lunch. I can make one more battle brew, huh? And I can make a caravan lunch. Fury purgatives. Grilled mantis legs. And a weapon binding tool. Binoculars, huh? Medical brace. Is there a tool? There's no workbench here, right? Just a reloading bench. Okay, so I can't make like a doctor's bag. Yeah. I'm trying to see if there's any more with these logs. Or is it just the two? Okay, there was two logs. Okay, so alright. And this is actually audio logs, so when you listen to this it's gonna be spoken stuff. So let's have a listen.
Philosophy with you. Brotherhood are preservationists. Tech in the wrong hands, it's dangerous. Mojave's proof.
No denying that. Proof's here in this crater, all around us. Your tribe, the Brotherhood. Haven't met many of you. Wanted to. Thought you might be the last chance for the Mojave, the West, the East. But you're all the same mind. Obsessed.
Elijah is obsessed. He's mad. It's why they ordered his execution.
Two are more alike than you know. Too wrapped up in the wrong bits of history to see ahead. Not judging. I know how it is. People are like couriers. You and him. Sometimes don't even know the message they bring. You all had a new flag. Thought maybe new ideas along with it. What you believe isn't any better than the bear or bull. No future in either.
So says the man with the old world flag on his back. America, the Commonwealth, burned away.
America sleeps. And until it's dead, I carry it. Just like I carried you. More than hope. Belief. There's voices here in the big empty. I want to talk to them. Not like your Elijah did. Got questions. Want to hear history give its answer.
Interesting. So discussion between a man and a woman. And the woman, well, if you read between the lines, yes, she's from the Brotherhood of Steel. And I'm guessing the man is the other courier.
Didn't think you'd make it back.
Almost didn't. Got my answers. You're Elijah. He met the gods in this place. Did a good job of making them question the way of things.
Do you know where he went?
Gone to the Sierra Madre. That's a special kind of hell. He won't come back. Someone smarter and tougher is going to kill him. If the Madre doesn't.
I have to go after him.
Not going to talk you out of it. Know what it means to track someone you share history with. Got a meeting of my own.
That courier?
Get him to come to me. Got a message for him. Like the message he had for me. Make them walk the road west, straight and true. Sink their feet in old world ash. Let storms tear at them. See the divide. See what happened.
The divide? There's nothing there.
Nothing there. Like the big empty. The Sierra Madre. No. The old world sleeps there. Sure as the flag I carry. The courier knows the way. And at the divide, he and I, there, we'll have an ending to things.
Yeah, so obviously this DLC has a lot of references to the other DLCs.
If you see a robo-scorpion, do not attempt to fight them. They will shoot you with their robotic stingers, and then...
Well, alright, let's process all the junk we found.
Any more sweet?
Yeah. Yeah, anything. Yeah, just those. And a little bit of scrap electronics, yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, and by the way, here.
Oh, sweet fulfillment!
Yeah, 26 coffee marks. Let's see, where's the book chute? There you are.
Greetings, citizen.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. We didn't really take that many pre-war books, yeah.
If you know what the word proletariat means. Greetings, citizen. What? Do you know
Flipboard.
what that makes you? Well-read and erudite. Conquest.
Yeah, make at least one doctor's bag before tossing some of these, these blank books too. Because you need I think you need 25 blank books to craft basically one skill book, so. Yeah, so we're gonna have to wait a while. Now, of course, I'm pretty sure that BookChute can also process those destroyed books as well. Depends on which one. Yeah.
Might I be of service, sir?
Certainly. Yep. I mean, I realize that's not a lot of money that we're getting there. It's not a whole lot of money. Medical supplies can go there. Oh yeah, we got like loads of hooch and we got from okay, I'll put like 5 bottles of clean water in. Sugar bombs, I'll keep the sarsaparilla. Yeah.
Sir is looking exceptionally sharp. If sir will permit the compliment.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Ah, that's very nice for you to say. Oh. Yeah, that's that last audio sample is in the forbidden zone. Oh yeah, we could also go and talk to well, I don't know, I just feel like doing a little bit of exploration because I know there's gonna be like just so many like well, well, those must those must be the those must be the second biggest cannons that I've ever seen in my life. Ultimo. RY589 Ultimo bot. Shut up, Mobius. Okay. Fishing berries, nah, don't want those. I'll take the other stuff. Combat arm. Okay. Oh yeah, well, missiles. Yeah. I'm not taking fishing batteries. They're way too heavy, like ridiculously heavy. Oh, okay, this. Oh, that sounds just sarsaparillus. Command center, huh? Well, coffee mugs. Recipes, explosive skill book. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if the sound that I'm hearing from outside is it just wind or did it start raining then? Because I do have my window open, so if it rains, well, obviously that water can then come inside. Oh, maybe it's this one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you brought your ear mufflers with you because we're gonna boom. Ha 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 ha. I think our character would enjoy this.
Until further notice. On an unrelated note, whoever closed X12, please report to the dome.
Okay, I think it's time to use um, atomic. Oh, you got multi-blast rifle, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna take all your weapons. Oh, did you think that I wasn't gonna take your weapons? Oh yeah, I guess that kind of attracted attention. Yeah. Well, of course I know what that. When you fire that cannon, of course I know what that did. Let's just say it did have an effect on. Let's say it does have an what you might call, I guess, environmental change. Lightweight dynamics, yeah. Oh, there was. I think that was paperweight, right? I think that was paperweight that I took. Yeah, so that could go back there. Lightweight dynamics research. Holograms. Yeah. Copy marks. Okay, terminal. Let's read. Requisition order. Holograms. If it wasn't for Sinclair's request, this hologram project would have been canned long ago, probably long time ago, long ago. Maybe been canned long ago. Okay, I guess that's probably that works. In addition to the dispenser tech he wants for the Sierra Madre, he spoke to Big Mountain execs about using the holograms for defense? Question mark. That's something NE would have to sign off on. I can't even imagine the cost to turn the holograms into something beyond walking cameras and readers. And why would you? It's only been a little while, and I already hate spending my time with these ghosts walking around the plant. Rather see the research money spent on actually improving the field of view sensors or adding upgrades to the emitters. Verakeys hologram brokers report. Spending a lot of hours getting the Verakeys hologram looking right. I'm a physicist, not a sculptor. Iterating on her facial features and a dress to match Sinclair's expectations. It's about enough to make me file a complaint. I don't get the sense Sinclair's doing this out of love or, well, lust. Somewhere along the line, he became cold about the whole matter, as if crafting the hologram, quote, just right, unquote, was something he hated. Yeah. Alright, so there's some steps here. Yeah. Holograms walking here like, like some ghosts. Scrap electronics, yeah. Yeah. Let's see, it's throwing. Let's see, is there something in here? Oh, there it is. Recipes, energy weapons skill book. Okay, it's just another way in there. Well, it's probably, yeah. 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 Right. So more lumberjack. Yeah. Is this the same place? Yeah, lightweight dynamics. Yeah. Extrude archipelago. Toxins plant. Did I go to the toxins plant? I guess. I think I did. Yeah. Oh, it says caution, but yeah, I can still fast travel. Good. 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 Well, we're not gonna start processing now, like this extra stuff. Like, okay, oh, the clipboards, yeah. But I guess I'll put the coffee mugs away. Yeah. Like the clipboards, stuff like that. Hot plate. Okay, maybe something like that too. Let's talk about the X we can sell. Pre-war money you can sell. Electronics, metals, sensor modules. Um,
Greetings, citizen.
yeah, at least to have these we can process.
Got any more?
Ah,
Got any more?
pressed the wrong button. Yeah. Um, duct tape. Yeah. Those we can sell. Pre-war money we can sell. Scrap metal. Yeah. Ammo we can toss away. Yeah. Oh yeah, we had like combat armor, didn't we? And extra weapons, I guess. Yeah. Oh yes, sell the stuff we can sell.
Nice idea of service, sir.
Sell. Yeah. Plus. That's good money. Pre-war money. A couple of medical supplies. Yeah. Maybe there's something I could from the food department I can toss here as well. Colas. Yeah. Man. Oh, you know what? Let's go and talk to some of these scientists. Let's, and well, some mentats as well, sure.
Talking lobotomite arrives from the think tank. Its purpose, unknown, undefinable. Its presence here, impossible.
I think you mean impossible.
Oh, really? Now the lobotomite is a master of the dictionary arts.
I
Have you a
am.
doctorate in verbology? No? I do. And stop the presses. Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Rob Kotek on your arm? It is. What's your agenda bringing that in here?
What? My pit boy?
How dare you bring Rob Kotek in here? What are you showing off? How great Robert House and his big company are? Ooh, we can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses of Big Mountain can make, and they'll last 1,000 years. You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp on its stupid metal guts. Ooh, damn Robco.
As a matter of fact, well, you know what? As a matter of fact, we are very good friends with Dr. House, with Mr. House. Um, Calm down. I just want to ask some questions.
Fine. Ask.
So, what do you do here?
All things robotical. You see a robot? I made it. See a broken robot? I made it that way. Deconstructed it down to parts. I have a gift with machines. I can render anything inoperable. Preserve them in a non-functioning
that's
state.
talent. Well, that doesn't sound impressive. Breaking machines, that is.
Who asked you? You just wait until a working machine threatens you, and you'll wish I was around.
Well, I think you're right, actually. Broken robots are better than, functioning ones. So, do you have another name?
Yeah, I do. It wasn't always O. I just took that one by default because sometimes it's easier to accept a mistake as long as the purpose works. I don't want to get into it. It's a sore topic with me. Makes my gel ripple.
Are you sure? I'm a good listener. Got the ears for it.
Great. Psychology. Clearly the worst of the sciences, right after colostodiuretics. Okay, so my name is an O. Never was. It was circular, a single character, digit, but not O. But even with enhanced sensors, no one here could get it right. Always kept seeing the letter, not the number.
Well, if they kept confusing the letter with the number, your name is Dr. O. Dr. Zero.
Yes, thank you. 0. I am 0. How hard is that? A narrow, thin 0.
I don't know. O sounds more impressive. Alright, so you want me to call you Zero or...
Zero's my name. I'm proud of it, all right? It doesn't get the recognition it deserves. Truth be told, my emotional attachment to it doesn't even register compared to just having people recognize the difference. It's just that they're both sort of round and hollow, so when they monitor scan them, they assume that, oh, it's O. Vivisect me, please.
Well, if you wanted to differentiate the O and Zero, just put a slash through the zero.
What?
Zero, draw a slash through it.
Did I shoot myself with a brainial beam or something? That's brilliant. I mean, I would have come to the same conclusion. Eventually. Oh, who am I deceiving? I never would have figured that out. I can't figure anything out. I'm useless.
So is that what you want to be?
Exactly. At least the old name was indisputable. Oh, it's more like surprise. Oh, look what I stepped in.
Well, there is power in zero. It reduces anything multiplied against it to zero.
Well, of course it does. That's the most lethal of mathematics. That's pretty cool, actually. Destroyer of numbers. I already wreck every robot I study. Why not basic arithmetic? I like your solution. With that kind of slash in the middle, I can set myself apart. If I wanted to. To make a 0 in all the think tank, they won't be able to escape it. That diagonal slash right down the middle. Thanks. Talking to you, it really helped unclog some frustration. Talking. What a primitive form of thought kicking.
So, Zero, got any amazing discoveries to share?
You know, hearing my name said like that, it really de-reses my screams. As for discoveries, well, of course. Look at this. Just built it. Amazing, isn't it?
Certainly is.
You know what? I'm not even gonna pretend. I broke one of the monitors, and those innards start falling out everywhere. If you could just hold on to that for me until, well, forever, that would be welcome.
Tell me about Mobius and these monsters of his.
That genius Mobius somehow cobbled together these really impressive-looking robot scorpions with spare parts. Even painted them. Try to see what makes them tick. Can't even examine them without them detonating all over me. Left with shrapnel and burns. Every time. Supposedly, he has even larger models, even a giant robot scorpion hidden deep within the Forbidden Zone. Yeah, right. Giant monsters, sure.
Huh, what do you know? Steven Seagal just sent me a friend request on Facebook. Well, of course I realized that it's probably a scam or something. Anyway, it's just funny. A giant robot scorpion?
crazy, right? Something right out of a midnight science fiction feature. Ridiculous. What are the odds?
Ah, I need more of those ruthless caps to test the CUIU border functions upstairs.
I'd have a few left. Let me check. Yeah, there were a few under the monitors here. Here you go. Keeps the place tidy.
Can you tell me about this facility?
Big Mountain used to be a mountain. Then there was a slight mishap. Now it's a crater. The
Sounds
dome
like an
used to be buried. Now
explosion.
it's exposed to the sky. Don't get me wrong. Makes the sky light up like a planetarium at night. All those spectra. So soothing.
Probably took quite quite the explosion to turn a mountain into a crater. But okay.
Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis flushed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression. Will you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
The quick scribe jumped over the lazy paladin.
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow. How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue, like having a fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's malval cavity.
Well, I need to have a little more perception, so.
You return.
Looping gesture of greeting?
Looping, yes. It is a scientific fact that hormones drive a percentage of lobotomites into recursive behavior patterns. We haven't researched this, as my colleagues care little about the behavior patterns of lobotomites once their brains are removed. It is why so many are littered around the facility, like skin envelopes, discarded after they are peeled open and the contents extracted.
What recursive behavior patterns are you talking about?
It varies according to the number and density of lobotomites that have infected an area. In 43% of observed cases, 2 lobotomites left alone will fight for dominance or inject bodily fluids into each other's orifices. Unsanitary. I have tried to observe more cases, but subjects seem unwilling to release bodily fluids in my presence.
I can't help but to notice your fascination with the human body.
What? Nonsense.
Close eyelids, breathe deeply, and then stretch languidly.
What? What are you doing?
Turn and cough roughly, and then slowly scratch nose.
Stop it. Why? Why are you making me partake in this filthy formography?
Run your hands along the sides of your face, then exhale rapidly.
Enough. I'm already in intrigued. You have sufficiently percolated me. I don't know what it is about the biology of lobotomites. It infects my thoughts. All that skin and muscle and tissue.
Why don't you just give in? There's nothing wrong with looking at the human body.
Perhaps there's value in what you say. I did so enjoy breathing once, long ago.
Well, I could come back any time and just breathe if you want.
Would you? I feel so ashamed, but yet so intrigued. You'll need to give me a rest in between visits, or else my jaw might run over. If you're ready, let me radar scan you. Slowly. Ooh, purple, ooh, bloop, 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 purple.
Burble.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Whew, last little bit there. Thank you, lobotomite. Please, you must come back for further study when I've had a rest. I'm a little sensitive right now.
Oh, I bet. So, who are you? What do you do here?
Why, my little bear of pettiness. I am Dr. Dalla, first head chief researcher of mineralogy and medicinal sciences. I have 211 doctorates in both applied sciences and techniques to apply those sciences. I also possess a degree in curiosity and advanced curiosity. That is merely schooling, however. When possible, I prefer fieldwork and observation to holotape eidetics. It has proven useful, especially now. I have become the expert on humanology and lobotomite behavior here at Big Mountain. My research doesn't descend into formography. It is only science.
211 doctorates? How is that even possible?
Why, we create not only scientific marvels here at Big Mountain, but new sciences as well. Everything can be quantified, categorized, and dissected until every group can be subgrouped or partitioned.
First head chief researcher. That's a lot of titles.
What is a name without a title or suffix for the sake of hierarchy? It is a long-standing quantification of personality and importance. We could not do without it. Surely you must be aware of the gravity of such attached appellations, just as surely as you must have a title.
Well, I'm sometimes called a courier.
Oh, a mailman, a delivery man. Someone who takes parcels from place to place using their primitive fleet or similar conveyance. You are the second one I've met in recent times. Very different specimens.
There was another courier.
Of course. You must have met others in your travels. This one had met other couriers too, although it sounded as if he hadn't met the correct one. He asked us all many questions, and then he asked a most perplexing one. We had to segment the event out of our memories for safety.
What was the question?
I do not know, nor should we try to access it. Perhaps Klein has the logs. My evaluation would be to let your own curiosity go. I do not think that Klein remembers the conversation as being satisfactory.
Why did you remove my brain? And how?
Oh, removing it is a simple procedure. Well, except the complications it can cause to the heart and spine. But once the heart and spine are gone, no trouble at all. Subject down. One laser incision around the skull. Crack, snip, done. The brain is finally free of this envelope, which is then kept automated for cleanup duties around Big Mountain. Lobotomites. With you, however, something is definitely wrong. We've never had a lobotomite who kept speaking after being forcibly lobotomized. I am relieved the pacification field is working. If it didn't, I would broadcast some concern to my colleagues about safety protocols.
But how am I still talking and walking around?
That is a good question. My theory is that the Tesla coils in your brain pan are still connected to your brain somehow. It really could be anywhere. Brains are a lot smarter than most researchers give them credit for. We still have your spine and heart. If you were to somehow find your brain, wherever it sloped off to, you could humanically reduce yourself again.
Can you tell me about Dr. Mobius?
Dr. Mobius, a monstrous brain creased with wrinkles of 1,000 evils, with but one jaundiced eye with which to perceive the world. Exiled from the think tank for crimes too heinous to remain in recorded memory, and perhaps differences in research methodology. His one terrible eye forever peers at us, an eye of ever-increasing magnification. He watches from his dome in the Forbidden Zone, spying on us all.
I don't understand how the tech clones will help.
It'll all become clear. If not, at least we will have the technology here at the dome where all technology belongs. When we have all the technology, all the answers, we can share it with the world, piece by piece. All will be in order, and all will be like Big Mountain.
Can you tell me about the Big Empty?
The Big Empty? Now that's not a proper title for this research facility. You sound like previous test subjects that came here. This mountain, now crater, encompasses the sum total of knowledge of humankind. It is Big Mountain, where all questions can be answered. You'll see. No matter what your questions, Big Mountain will provide the answers, as it has done for so many before you.
Previous test subjects?
Oh yes, we've had other subjects visit. It's why we had to calibrate the pacification field and warm up our brainial beams and vivisectors. Only a short time ago, we had 3-1 subjects arrive, and they ruined several experiments and even injured 2 of our staff. It is a shame their brains left with them. With you, however, we have taken precautions to ensure that problem won't repeat itself. We've conditioned you so you can't speak of this place, discuss our secrets, or attempt to use force against us in any way. Isn't that nice?
Why did you say 3-1 subjects before?
Because 3-1 is 2. 2 spoke to us, one after the other. One mean, one curious. But there was a third we didn't speak to. The last one is the -1. It got traumatized, then taken to one of our medical centers for de-traumatization. A rather unsettling procedure.
What happened with the visitors?
Ask Dr. O. And you could have asked 8 once, until he was severely damaged in the attack. We like him better this way.
Right.
An interrogation. How fascinating. Please begin.
Is there any way to remove the pacification field in here?
Why would you want such a thing? You might surrender to your hormones and commit primal aggression on me, on us, again and again. Then I would have to return the favor, activating my vivisectors and gently lobotomizing you from behind. Not something I would relish doing. No, the only way to circumvent the field is to have a brain, and we extracted that like we do all lobotomites here. Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
What was that? Your voice module got damaged, I heard, in an attack. Oh, that is too bad, or good, or something. Well, I'm pretty sure you can understand me, and I want some answers. Can I ask you some questions? Who are you? Sounds important, I think. Um, um, wait, after listening a bit, that's Robco terminal protocol you're broadcasting, right? Well, I'm just full of surprises. Hehe, nice pun on the header file ref. I agree. If someone would take the time, you're more than just sound effects in a tank. Well, if that's Robco terminal protocol, does that mean it can be hacked? If that's German code, don't worry, I'm not gonna take advantage of your exposed code. Not a problem. I know what it's like to be experimented on. How did you fire up the sonic emitter when I ride again? Nothing to be embarrassed about, it's just that it's best to keep stuff private, you know? Now that we know each other better, can you tell me about the sonic emitter? Really? Huh. No, I've been there, it's village, right? Your house is there. Also, there's an emitter code in Hades. Oh, two codes, one for jukebox and one for the opera. Nice, I'll keep her up. I may have already picked up both. Well, I got the emitter fully upgraded. Yeah, I'm happy too. Can't let this thing gather dust. Are you okay? You look really happy. Something wrong? Yeah, it's a nice device. I need to be going. Okay.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague us in our quest for knowledge? Communists? Communist animals, perhaps? Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek as a frightened babe, calling loyal cyber dogs to my aid. Do you comprehend, commie animal?
Do you always get this dramatic?
Trauma? There is no trauma in science. As I learned in high school, science is an intellectual pursuit devoid of bestial emotions. Unless, of course, you are a communist. Like Betsy Bright, who sat next to me in math, and her smoking Confederate Richie Marcus. As I learned in my high school, American High, AHS, drama is for movies, things of fiction. Here in the think tank, the only star is science.
Is this Gabe's ball? Your dog from X8, Gabe?
What? Why, yes, it is. I used to leave it outside his doghouse, chock full of chems, before the cybernetic modifications, of course. And no matter how chemmed the food, he would always eat it, and his tail would wag, even while I'm having the most perplexing feelings squiggling through my biogel. I can't quite pin it down.
It sounds like Gabe really loved you.
Why, yes, Gabe. No matter how awful my day had been, he was always waiting there. How odd. My gel is decoagulating. And when I would talk to him about Betsy, and how Marcus would beat on me and call me Smarty's sissy pants, he'd just sit there, head on my knee. And if you don't mind, I'll take that ball. Just need to remove it. Put it away, somewhere out of radar range. For some reason, its similarity to the crater shape of Big Mountain is starting to fill up all available cognitive spaces. That, combined with my own overwhelming feeling of having done something terrible, the two were hitting me with unexpected force.
That sounds to me like you hurt someone who loved you very much.
As odd as it is, I believe that is the conclusion. And I wonder why it didn't hit me before, until I saw that memory in your hands. This sensation is unpleasant. I don't care for it. I don't care for this place either. And I feel as if we've forgotten something. Still, it is no matter. Crush the feeling down. Crush it down. Push it into the loop. Yes, forgotten. Almost. Yes. I do not need to remember anymore. Not today.
Well, I encountered your pet in X8, and fortunately, well, I didn't really kill actually his pet. I mean, it was Dr. Mobius's Robo Scorpions killed him, but
So, you put down Gabe. Thank you. A scamp, but really, his highly augmented combat programming could have proved meddlesome.
In any event, thank you for putting him down. One last test subject to catalog and sort. Clearly a failure of Doggy's cybo-engineering.
So who are you? What do you do here?
Before you is the brain of Dr. Boros, head of animalogy, beastology, and DNA scrambling technology here at Big Mountain. I lay the bones and hearts of animals bare beneath my searing gaze, especially the dogs. I did so love dogs once. Especially Gabe, that rascal. But there are many animals to shape. Industrious cazadors, the happy-go-lucky night stalkers. They are my living, breathing DNA test tubes.
You are responsible for cazadors?
Indeed. Docile, curious, safe, sterile. They are contained here at Big Mountain to preserve DNA and for observation.
What makes you think they haven't escaped? Contained at Big Mountain? Those things are all over Mojave.
No, such creatures are found only here, for research purposes. They would no more be capable of escape than breeding.
I don't think they're sterile. They breed all right.
I cannot expect a lobotomite to understand the careful surgical castrating procedures used in their creation. Perhaps a demonstration of my castrating power would settle your doubts.
No, that's all right. Trust me.
Oh, that's too bad. Perhaps we can perform a sterility castration some other time then.
You don't seem to have a grasp on your own research.
Nonsense! That is what you speak. Nonsense from beyond. I was at the top of my high school class in American high school. I knew facts. I knew figures. I knew data. We would know if our research was flawed. It is not. We never contradict ourselves, so do not even try.
All right. What did you create cazadors?
In 2000, let's see, carry the 3, then count backwards from the Great Static, or beyond. There were the tarantula debates, and something about hawks, which made it around 2003, May, Tuesday. It was definitely Tuesday. Why are we even debating this? What you ask is of no importance. Mobius besieges us. There are more important things to worry about than data and facts.
I want to know more about Mobius and the Forbidden Zone.
The malignant tumor that is Mobius plagues us all. His hunger for power, insatiable. From his lair in the Forbidden Zone, his terrifying robo-scorpion army clicks and whirs across the crater of Big Mountain, ever seeking, ever stinging. He must be stopped, or all of Big Mountain shall be destroyed.
Why does Klein want these particular technologies?
There is logic and purpose in it. If these technologies are needed to pierce the Forbidden Zone, so be it. Science is powerful, and in the right hands, our hands, if we had hands, we would be nigh unstoppable.
Can you tell me about the Big Mountain?
It is our home, threatened by the horrors of Mobius. All we wish to do is continue our research, layer upon layer, above and beneath the floor of the crater, until we have our answers. But no, Mobius will not let us rest, scaring us with his scary robots with their laser tails and blowing up all the time.
Um, why have you leveled this place?
It was not our first choice of testing grounds, but we no longer have the luxuries of our test cities. Then we lost the mountain. After the explosion, we couldn't find it anymore, so the crater became our testing grounds for science.
What was this explosion?
Boom! Yes, quite unexpected and embarrassing. All better now after the landscaping, though. Much more pleasing to our monitors. And the crater helps keep everything inside, because it is bowl-shaped.
Test cities?
Yes. In the past, individuals would come to us, pay for technology, and if their town, community, or city was just right, we could use that city as a controlled experiment. Vault-Tech was much better at it, of course. We had to make do, get permission. Sometimes. If only we could have used commie cities. But capturing whole cities was hard, so we captured enough commies to make cities of our own. So we had a group of Chinese prisoners to experiment on. Those were the days. But the true test was science on unsuspecting Americans. Whether it was holograms, new autodocs, toxins, vending machines, we wound them up, let them go into tiny, isolated towns. Then we observed.
Alright, never mind. Let's see, do I have anything? Yeah.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated.
I'd be honored if I could hear any knowledge the think tank had to share on the sciences.
Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you.
You seem like the one in charge. You are...
I am Dr. Klein, Chief Head Researcher of Logistical Operations and Ideology here at Big Mountain. I am surprised you have not heard of me. I am first in my field, first chair, as it were, back in the days of chairs.
Who is Dr. Mobius?
Dr. Mobius was not the horrifying creature you saw upon the screen, twisted by science. He was once one of us, a friend. He researched in directions contrary to the think tank. Brains, 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 always about the brains. So we exiled him. He says he left of his own volition, but that was to save him the embarrassment. Now he sends his intelligence-consuming scorpions from the Forbidden Zone to plunder the secrets of Big Mountain. He is a menace.
Robo-scorpions drain intelligence from living creatures? How? Chems?
I'm not certain. Perhaps it only affects machines. If so, you may be immune. If it is chems, then we have nothing to fear. Since we are afraid, it must not be chems, and you need not fear, which means you can test it. logical.
I heard one of the previous visitors to the dome spoke to you, asked you some questions.
Oh, yes, the last visitor. Well, the one just before you. Had an interesting name from some language that's almost impossible to speak. What did we speak about? Melancholy fellow. Had questions about history, but our conversation got interrupted. Twice, I believe. Once when the trains got derailed, and then a second time. Oddly enough, now that I'm accessing my databanks, I don't recall what the second time was. Mobius's incessant transmissions keep distracting me. Also, we didn't brain scrub the visitor. He may have left with some knowledge he shouldn't have. I believe, maybe. Oh, well, I'm sure it's of no consequence. I don't make many mistakes in calculation or perception, so probability favors me.
Right. I have some questions about this brain extraction you performed.
Well, we didn't actually do it. We tried to clean up after, as always, but usually the auto dock runs on remote. But we programmed it, or Mobius did. Still, this new wrinkle with the Tesla coils in your skull was unexpected. I mean, we predicted we'd have a breakthrough eventually, but Dala knows more. She supervised your spine peel and the heart circumcision, then dumped them both into the tanks in the sink above. Quite sanitary. Sure took her time. She always takes longer than projected with lobotomite surgeries. Not sure why.
You said before that Mobius might have my brain.
Yes. In all probable likelihoods, yes. Possibly. That it may have gone to Mobius is merely an inkling. I don't know why, but it may be something involving the surgery code. Actually, I don't know. All I know is it misplaced itself, or it floated off. They get into robots sometimes and go on a tear.
What is this orthodox surgery code you mentioned?
Mobius's legacy code was in the old auto dock. Yes, it fried itself after your procedure, so he couldn't tell for sure. It is unfortunate. We would have benefited from knowing how the breakthrough occurred. Even if we installed another chip, the information is lost.
Why would Mobius want my brain?
Why does he seek our destruction? Why did he build robot scorpions with intelligence training stingers? It is because he hasn't cleaned his biogel in a long time. Clearly he's got some sort of psychological corrosion. He's mad.
These mechanical robo-scorpions consume intelligence. Are you certain of your findings?
Dr. O is certain of his findings, and no one else in the think tank is willing to test the results. Loss of brainial power. Terrifying. O has said on many occasions his inability to comprehend Mobius's robo-schematics is because of repeated robo-scorpion stings.
Sting my robo-scorpions. Sting them until they are stupid. Well, that's certainly what Mobius is always saying. I'd like to know about the Forbidden Zone.
That glowing red scar? That laser lobotomy canyon maze carved in the landscape as if by some child? It is Mobius's fortress. From that hemorrhoidal fissure, he sends his amazing robo-scorpions to terrify and irritate us. He always tended to the dramatic.
Okay, well, that's enough for now.
Yes, a most goodbye.
And we'll level up. Sure. Repair. Yeah. Right. And if I get 50 more points next level up, then we'll push it to 90 so I can get the jury written perks. Yeah. Well, I should probably save the game now. Oh, wait a second. Was there any other like side quest? Oh, ask Bo about the attack. Oh, is he?
Ah, predictable. The lobotomite specimen returns. Its purpose? Repetition. Chances of success? High.
Is that how you like to be? Hi. I heard you and 8 were attacked by previous visitors.
I don't like to talk about it. 8, he can't talk about it. They fried his voice module. Something good. It wasn't all the visitors, though. Only one of them got out of control. He's the one that took control of Little Yangtze, our old human farm.
Tell me what happened.
This human, I can't believe it. He broke out of the think tank in seconds. Then he went for Yangtze, got bomb collars, and started practicing on the subjects that were still there until he got the right frequency. We were sending robots to stop him, and he was slicing and cutting through their shells with some souped-up laser gun like they were cheese paper. When he hacked into the mainframe, A tried to stop him and got fried. Me? He rerouted my processors to take control of the train network here. If you see the tunnels with the trains plowed into them, you can thank our visitor for that. He wrecked the whole place. While we were trying to keep containment on the surface, turns out he used one train to punch out a tunnel and escape. Sealed now. But
Who were the others?
2 other human specimens. One arrived not long after the troublemaker, and the last one, not sure when he showed up. Thought the first one was going to be lobotomized in Y-17. She got out somehow. The last subject, Klein might know more. He talked to him, and let him leave the think tank. Hope he knew what he was doing.
Why is that?
Klein knows things we don't. And I think he told some of those things to the last visitor. Dangerous things if they ever got out.
Oh.
Big mountain.
Right. So, those are obviously... Yeah. Oh, an absolute... On one hand, it's an absolute freaking like dialogue dump. But then, at the same time, you know, it was also quite a bit of XP dump as well. So, you know, we got loads and loads of XP. Right. You know what? I think this is enough for now. Maybe next episode we might get there's like one remaining piece of the technology we need, and that's the X2 antenna. And once we retrieve that, we can already basically pretty much like kick off the kind of the final phase of this DLC, at least the the final phase of the sort of main quest of this DLC. So we might do that, but I suppose we might also go to some. We might also like just explore around. Oh, yeah, we might explore around. I mean, there are at least some places that still have like these force fields. We could, visit some of those places. But anyway, we'll see. Let's just see what we feel like doing next time. Okay, that's all I know. I make no promises other than that. So thank you for watching.